Hello and welcome, everybody. Welcome. Welcome. There we go. Hello. And come on in and join me. Thank you for all who are watching the replay and sending out so much love today. Sending out so much love today. Yes. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Tessa. Welcome, everybody. As you are all coming in, bring your coffee, bring your tea, bring your water, whatever it is that you are. Hey, Lisa. Hello, gorgeous girl. Bring whatever it is that you need to give you that substance for today. Whew, got some energy going here. Yeah, a lot of energy, a lot of energy. And what energy is, it's energy. It's just movement. We're just moving. Okay. We're just allowing ourselves to move on through. And today, being it's November 3rd, it is Mercury is going direct in the middle of the day. So we have this direct energy that's coming in, but it's squaring Saturn. Squaring one of the bad boys down there. So it's going down there. And the thing is, Saturn's at home and he's direct. So even though Mercury's direct, but he's just getting his momentum and he's in Libra. So it's about weighing out and balancing it all. Oh, my goodness. I'm singing in my bathroom out of gratitude. Yes, sing that. Sing those gratitudes. Sing it out. This is, I feel this is to clear clear. I keep on getting clearing what we need to clear out, what no longer is needed. This can be a very highly stressful day. I mean, I can feel there is a lot of stress out there. There is a lot of, people weighing things out, and there's a lot of mental issues that are coming out through today too. And I feel like this is really about us claiming ourselves and claiming ourselves. Somebody's calling me. I don't know who it is, but and claiming our energies. And this is about us claiming our energies, claiming our of who we are. This is about us choosing our life and choosing our adventure. And yeah, this is where, the moon is going to be going on the North Node. It's in Gemini. And it's going to be feeling like we want answers. We want answers. Give me the answer. I ain't going to give you no answers. Because this is really, I feel like, if you are moving in the direction that you feel, if you're moving into where you need to be moving, and this isn't, this is where honoring yourself. So this could be very stimulating. This could be very exciting. This is about us, as I say, it's about us getting curious in the direction of where we want to go. This is about flexibility and fun and joy. And in amongst, and this is where it's like, it's almost like it's it might be cloudy and rainy, right? Cloudy and rainy. So say it's cloudy and rainy and all of this energy coming down. Yet you're dancing in the rain, and just kicking up and swinging around the pole, This is where we have to change the direction, change the energy for our own selves. If you are not wanting to face certain things that you want to change, if you are not wanting to face it, that's where a lot more is going to come in. That's going to be feeling heavy, and it's going to be feeling overwhelming, and it's going to feel like I can't go into the direction I want to go. That's where you're going to find delusion coming in, and you're going to be sensitive to things. And it's when you are not, if you're still going upon a path that is no longer that path, but you feel like you have to, Like there's an obligation for you to do it. It's like, this is an analogy that my girlfriend used. She said, it's like you get perfume. So somebody buys you perfume and they love that perfume. So they feel like you're going to love that perfume. But when you get that little perfume, it stinks. It stinks on you. You don't like it. You don't want it. Right. But you feel, well, she gave it to me. She spent so much money on it. And you feel obligated to continue to have that perfume instead of saying, you know what? And coming in with the honesty, it's like, thank you for this gift. But it doesn't smell good on me. It smells fabulous on you, but it doesn't on me. And giving it back. We get things in our lives. We are given things in our life that we keep that we don't want. We are given things that, that we carry on with and that we feel obligated to keep. And with that square, with that Mercury square to Saturn, it is having us look at what are you weighing out and balancing out in your life, right? And if you keep, bringing in, and this is not responsibility is responsible. Responsibility, there are things that you're responsible for. You have to pay your rent. Well, you don't have to, but it's a responsibility if you want to stay where you're living. So this is where it's like, it's when you come into where you have to look at the harshness that you are sitting on this fence. And it has to be a yes or no. Saturn and Mercury are not going to take, I don't know, maybe. This is looking at where you have to listen to your gut, listen to that intuition, that inner be, that guidance, and come into it and say, no, this isn't what I want. This is looking at, because Mercury's in Libra, looking at all of the relationships that you're having. If you're in something, if something's there, a person, place, or thing, that you're having a relationship and it is not feeling right, but you're still going ahead and doing it, and it causes you stress and it causes mental issues that are going out, and you are feeling like, well, I have to do this. You're feeling that obligation. And it's an obligation that is weighing very heavy on you, and you just don't feel right doing it. This is where we have to have those conversations, and we have to take a look at where we want to put our flow, and allowing ourselves to put that flow so that we can redirect our course. It's like the Six of Swords we got today on Instagram. So on Instagram, I pulled the Six of Swords, and the Six of Swords is about a new direction, along with the Queen of Pentacles. So we had the Queen of Earth coming in and saying, yes, this is what I want to create. This brings me joy. This brings me love. This is what I want to do. And this is the time I can start to mood along it, right? Because this is the time in the Northern Hemisphere, in the fall and into the winter, where we can start to look at what we are wanting to create for our new year. And starting now, a lot of times people say, oh, well, I do that on January 1st. No. Well, you saw how well that worked this year, right? What is it that you want to create and build? This is when you start looking at your belief systems. And what are your values? What are your values? What are your main values in your life? Have you ever gone through and looked at what your values are? And looking at Deepak Chopra wrote, there's a book, and I have it somewhere in my house. It's called The Seven Spiritual Laws. And the seven spiritual laws are really beautiful to go through and just taking a time to sort of get yourself into the law of pure potentiality, the law of giving, the law of cause and effect or karma, the law of least effort, and the law of intention and desire, the law of detachment, and the law of purpose of life. And taking time to look at that, because when you start to look at what you value, and you start to say that, let's look at the law of pure potentiality. So that is the source of all creation is pure consciousness, pure potentiality, seeking expression from the unmanifested to the manifested. That means that we are coming into that flow of oneness, no matter what's going on. In for our own selves, coming into a flow that is bringing us where we realize that our true self is one of pure potentiality, where we align with the power that you can say manifest or matterifest or moonifest everything in the universe. So when we come into the alignment of our oneness, so that it's not separate, that we are not separate, that we are all, and if this year has not proven anything to you, if not that we are all connected. We are all connected. How something so far away can affect us in little old Calgary, or little old somewhere in the United States, or little old somewhere else in Canada, or in Italy, or in UK, or in Australia, or New Zealand, or anywhere else. If this has not proven to you that there is oneness, I don't know where you've been. Coming into this oneness, coming into this energy, it is about us connecting to this conscious way of setting positive, loving intentions out there. Knowing that whatever we put energy to is in this creation. This is about our pure consciousness, our state. This is about our infinite creativity. That knowing that when we are thinking about something, when we're putting that out there, that is what we're laying the stones out for. And this is the experience of self and self-referral, means our internal reference point is our own spirit and not the objects of experience. The opposite of self-referral is object referral. The object referral, we are always influenced by objects outside ourselves. So when we are influenced by crazy neighbor down the road and saying, oh, they did this and that's going to make my day all bad, that's object referral. With the energy of this Mercury square Saturn is saying, what is weighing out of balance for you? What do you need to bring into balance so that you can come out of your mental state of stress? And this is where we have to begin. This is where we're going to be beginning. This is the energy we want to start entering into. Because the thing is that not everything is in, is in our view, right? It might be just off here in the peripheral, which we're going to find that this month there's a lot of things, a lot of energy that's just off on our peripheral, and we cannot really see it. And we want to bring it into our alignment of what we want to see, so we can say, no, that really isn't what I want. And this object referral, your intense reference point, is your ego. The ego, however, is not who you really are. The ego is your self-image, your social mask. It is the role you are playing. Your social mask thrives on approval. It wants control, sustained power, because it lives in fear. And this energy that we want to bring in, because there's going to be a huge state of fear right now. And we don't want to go into the state of fear. We don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. I can feel it. I can see it. But that's not where I'm going. That's not where I'm going. I'm wanting to go into a place that is going to bring me the harmony and the peace that I am desiring. This is where I come into my true self, which is my spirit, my true spirit, and my soul. And this is completely free of those things. It is immune to criticism. It is immune to unfearful of any challenge. It feels beneath no one. So this is where we want to come into, and this is where the harmony is. This is where we want to send out to the world, Ho'oponopono. We want to send out to the world, Ho'oponopono, to the north, to the east, to the south, and to the west. We want to send that energy out of love. And that's what we want to start to create. As we put that vibration out, as we put this vitality out, this is where we are going to come in and start to begin to listen to self and that inner guidance. And this is where we come in, and this is where, if we come into a place where the shoulda, coulda, woulda is a belief system that is a delusional one with the south node. And the south node and the moon going over the node, the north node right now. Yeah, we all want answers. We want answers. But this is where we don't want to get into the craziness and the forcefulness. This is where we need to come into a balance and be patient, because the payoffs are going to be tremendous. This is where we're going to have to look at where there is no, where there can be an absence of fear, and where we can come into our internal power. And our internal power means that we come into a place of understanding. We come into a place where we are able to bring forth, our curiosity. Bring forth what it is that, hey, I'm curious about that. I want to know more about that. I want to get curious. This is coming in about saying, I need to honor myself. I've been really tired. I've been a little bit overwhelmed lately. I need to come into a place that is going to bring me that sanctuary, and allowing myself to come into that sanctuary. And it's a beautiful spot. It's a beautiful spot. It's a beautiful place coming into your temple and coming into that place. And that's where I want to invite you all. I want to invite you all to come into your temple, to take a moment into this place that is filled with warmth, that is filled, and they said knowledge. My guides are showing me knowledge, and it's filled with love. And I feel, and I got these, it's funny, I got these two lions coming in. So it's coming in with this protection of these massive, massive lions coming in. And they're beautiful, and they're coming in there to be the protectors for us, allowing us to be in that curious form of creating curiosity, of exploration, of where we are longing to go. And this is opening doorways up for us, because the old is no longer there. I said a long time ago, that paradigm is done. This is a time when we go into this energy where, when we look into that of our indigenous people, this is a time that we are going to be slowly entering into the dream world, into the world that we allow for us to get curious about, in the world where we are allowing ourselves to drift. So this month, November, and I had a few classes that I listed up where my guides were saying, no, you're going to have to wait till the new year. So I was going to do a beginner spell class in that, but I got a no. And I had the crystal consciousness class coming up tonight, and I got a no. So many of my classes are going to be postponed until the new year. And in that, where I will still have the peak into December and the peak into January, where we are going to still be doing our the Celtic 13 moons. I mean, that's still going to be a part, because that's a community that I'm building. But it's about us being able to allow, because we're always wanting to birth something. And that's where I feel a struggle, is that how much more can you birth without having a healing part for your own self? Because we are constantly birthing ideas, and we're constantly generating energy, and we're constantly on this move, and we're going and we're moving and we're moving and we're moving. But where in this, because that's where we get to a place of burnout. That's where we get into a place where we lose our true self, which is your spirit, your soul, wherever, this is where we come into where where is completely free. We want to completely to be able to be free to choose what the things that we want to choose. But we can't choose those things. We can't come into that freedom. We can't come into that spot unless we are allowing ourselves to come into a gestation. Come into that birthing. Yes, there'll be some energies that are coming out and saying, yes, this is what we are creating. But are we just pushing things out constantly to a point where that we are not able to come into a place of setting a positive, loving intention for ourselves and walking in the prosperity and abundance through our day and every day? That's where I feel the energies are wanting us to go. All of this push of this year has been such a birthing, but it's been a birthing of a way that has been quite horrendous. I mean, just to think, if you had to go through a pregnancy like this, oh my goodness, God bless you. Oh my goodness. It just, no. It would not be a good pregnancy. But this is where we're coming forth, and we are, because we have been birthing, we have been pushing out, we have been putting this energy into this new world and creating it. And we have to come into a place where we are finding our own true self in it all. And that's essential. That is essential to know the difference between the object referral and the self referral, because the self referral is you experience your true being, and that's where we want to be. We want to experience our true self, which is unfearful of any challenge. And some of that challenge some of that challenge can be just so simple as, even for me to be saying that, oh, you know what, I'm just going to be doing readings this month. That's it. I'm just doing readings this month. I have a few spots left, and that's all that I'm going to be doing. So this month is going to be for readings. This month is going to be for my Celtic class. This is where my energy is being focused on, and for setting up my 12 days of Christmas. So I will be having on December 1st to December 12th my auction. And so we will be having that. But I want to be able to be fully present for these auctions and be able to bring in that vibrance for the auction. That's what I want to be there. I don't want to be drained or overwhelmed with it. So this is where it's coming into looking at my own self-power. And because it is based on the knowledge of self, this is where we have to be, that there is a certain characteristic of self-power. So looking at my magnetism, the people, the situations, and the circumstances to support my desires. Because you can't continue to just push. on where my desires, where my dreams, or where what I am wanting to create in this vast universe, of ever expansion. And we are only within that vast universe of ever expansion. We are not even a particle on the end of a pin. We are a particle of 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 a particle in the vastness of this universe. We are in this energy of birthing a newness and a new star. Because all stars that we see are that of the past. And we're always basing on the past for the present. So now we are wanting to base on the newness for where we are going. Does that make sense to you? And this vastness, this is where we are coming into the ideas of casting on and casting off. This is where we come in. If you looked at the moon, the moon was still up this morning, right? Because it's going into the waning energy. This is coming inward. This is coming in. This is the waning. This is the waning. This is casting on. What are you coming into? Right? As we are moving towards this new moon, which will be in Scorpio, this new moon. So this is what we're casting on. And so as we are coming into this day, it is for us to be curious. To be curious. And in an environment to be flexible. Flexibility to be able to bring and experience the joy and the love and the scrumptiousness of this day. Because it's going to get crazy. And we want to embrace such beauty and send out the energies of Ho'oponopono. Sending out the energies of Ho'oponopono. Sending out that beautiful energy and allowing for that mana to be able to go out and float and just float. And as I say that, and as I'm going like this, what I see is this beautiful golden light and these golden pieces of stardust going out into the stratosphere, going out and sprinkling out all the way around the world. We need it. We need it. We need it. Will you be feeling frustrated? Yes. But you got to feel it. You got to have those grumpy gnome days. That's what my girlfriend calls it. Grumpy gnome days. And I love that. So I'm going to use that now. You got to have the grumpy gnome. You got to be that grumpy gnome that you just like, those grumpy gnome days. Life. You got to embrace that. Because in that grumpy gnome days, then you can embrace that joyous scrumptiousness of something else. So this is where we come into that curiosity. Why am I having a grumpy gnome day? Embrace your grumpy gnome. You know, when you embrace your grumpy gnome, it's amazing the shit that can come out of that, man. So embrace your grumpy gnome and embrace that scrumptious loving gnome. I don't know any scrumptious loving gnomes though. Just an FYI, because I have my thing with gnomes. They used to follow me when I was a kid. It was crazy. My auntie Grace, she grew gladiolas. Now, if anybody knows, like, gladiolas are beautiful, beautiful flowers. They can grow up to like 5 feet. Like, they're huge. I feel like they're 5 or 6 feet. And she had this like 2 or 3 acres in the back of her place when we went to go visit her. And this was in Merritt, BC. So she had this beautiful garden. She had her gladiolas and stuff. They're prize gladiolas, by the way. And she had gnomes. Like, she loved gnomes. Like, my auntie, like, she was, originally from England. And so she was a gnome girl. Like, she loved the gnomes. On the other hand, was more like my Auntie Agnes. And we liked fairies. I love to go in with the fairyland. But my aunt loved gnomes. And with those gnomes is... with the energies of those gnomes, I would go out into the garden, and I could swear to God that I'd be in one place and there'd be no gnomes. And then the next thing I know, there'd be a gnome in front of me or a gnome behind me. They would follow me. I just could not handle. They'd scare the hell out of me. So to have a grumpy gnome day is a good thing. Is a good thing. So we're not going to talk about that today. It's not worth our energies today. It's going to be handled. And who gets there gets there. Because at the end of the day, it's not going to stop me from doing my manifestation. It's not going to stop me from going into and weighing out my balance. It's not going to stop me from having my flexibility and my love and my joy and my fun and my scrumptiousness. It's not going to stop me. It's not going to stop me from doing what I truly love to do, because I'll always find a way. I always do. So this is coming into this energy today to know about your honor, your nobility. This is about you knowing, how do I feel, and value it. Value yourself, and value that, to being that honorable person and being that notable person. Because sometimes I feel that those are parts that are lost. So knowing who we are in every action and reaction, enjoying and not endearing. That's what we want to do. We want to enjoy. We don't want to endear. And this is where we come into this vibration and what we are aligning to. That's the law of cause and effect. That's where, you can call it the law of karma. And I think people have they don't know what the fuck they're talking about when people say, oh, karma means everything that you've done bad. No, it doesn't. It's cause and effect. You know that if you leave a roast in there too long, or on a very high temperature for too long, it's going to burn. That's a cause and effect. If you're going to do a certain thing, the cause that's going to happen, whether good or bad, it's cause and effect, right? So having that understanding, what is the energy that you're putting out there is going to have an effect on what's going to come towards you, right? So it's very important. And that doesn't mean that when you think bad thoughts and you have a grumpy gnome day, that, oh my God, every day is going to be a grumpy gnome day. No, it doesn't. No, that means that you're a human being living in a 3-dimensional world, that sometimes you're going to have a grumpy gnome day. And that's fine. Have your grumpy gnome day. And knowing that every witch has a broom. Why? Not only to fly on, but for us to banish and clear out any unwanted energies that we don't want. Take the broom, sweep it out, get those cobwebs out. Every time you clean, you banish. So I bet you 10 to 1 Candace's house has no shit in it because she's constantly cleaning. That Virgo side gets into her and she just constantly does things. So this is the energy that we want to put forward to today. So if you are wanting to book an appointment with me, definitely get a hold of me. If you are wanting to come down to Blessed Circle, I'll be down there today and you can have a one-on-one reading with me today. I don't think I'm booked today, so I'm not too sure. I might be. I won't know till I get down there, but that's okay. So, or just come down and have a cup of tea. Have a cup of tea with us. So knowing, yeah. And if you are needing to get your charts read, definitely book in and let's get your chart read. Gives you an idea about the energies that are coming forth for you, especially for 2021. And some of the, things that are going to be playing out for you for that, for next year. And if you want the book, the Scorpio Workbook, and you want to order the Scorpio Workbook, it's still available. It's a digital download, so it's still available, and you can get the to work with this energies coming up to the new moon, and they're $10. So I'm going to send you off with so much love today. And I want you to come into a place where you feel balanced, where you are feeling the energies of joy, and get out of your panic and anxiety. It's out there. It's just that you have to honor yourself today with this all and come into the balance of love, joy, peace, and bliss. And have a fabulous, fabulous day. May the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you in all that you say and all that you be and all that you do. Go forth and let your flame, just allow that flame just to burst out everywhere that you go. Be that fire, be that ignition that the world needs today. And I'm sending everybody out some ho'oponopono today and allowing for you to come into a place of love, because we'll be needing it for today. Blessings, everybody, and we will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.